A butcher, Usman Buda, has been killed for same reason. He was stoned to death by bloodthirsty extremists over remarks considered to be an insult to Prophet Mohammed. It's not clear what he said yet, but it was gathered that the butcher allegedly made the comment during an argument with another trader at the Sokoto main abattoir at about 8 a.m. on Sunday. The Sokoto State Police Command has confirmed his death, explaining that the victim, who they met unconscious after a distress call, was rushed to the hospital for treatment but was pronounced dead.
Welcome back, guys. I trust you've been staying safe. Today's true crime story is coming to you from Nigeria in West Africa, and it's about a man who is actually a butcher at a market. He woke up one morning, said goodbye to his family, but did not know that that was actually going to be his final goodbye, because before the close of the day, his own business partners and colleagues with whom he sells meat with at the butchering shop will end up accusing him of something he was alleged to have done, and that will trigger an angry mob who would end up lynching him and eventually him succumbing to his wounds. This is the true crime story of Usman Buda, and we are going to look at what exactly he was accused of that warranted him being put in a situation where his life had to be taken by this angry mob. If you are ready for this true crime story, just buckle up and let's go. Now, before we get into today's true crime story, kindly support our campaign against femicide by just going to the comment section and just typing in "Please stop the femicide" or hashtag "Say no to femicide" and help us drive this campaign. Additionally, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet done so to help us grow and push this campaign. Our analytics show us that most of you are watching our videos but you haven't subscribed to our channel, and please share our content as well. These true crimes that I share is not just to inform you of what has happened, but I believe that it's also an educational tool that can raise your alertness and your instincts, knowing that this has happened to somebody and it's a possibility that it could come up in a situation you may be getting into or you're already into. So it's an educational content which I believe you should be sharing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Now to the substantive case at hand. When Usman Buda, a butcher in the Sokoto state of Nigeria, was leaving home for his butchering shop on this fateful morning in June 2023, little did he know that when he said goodbye to his family and left home, that was actually his last goodbye to them, because just a few hours after that, upon arrival at work, something would happen, and that thing would put him in a situation where his own business partners, colleagues, and friends that he works with will end up accusing him of saying something allegedly, and that accusation will end up triggering a mob who ended up lynching him, and eventually the outcome becoming fatal, and as such, Usman Buda losing his life. He lost his life at the Sokoto main abattoir, and this is just this last Sunday when Muslims were actually even celebrating their Eid. Now, what exactly did Usman Buda say? That is where the whole question mark is, because it begs the question. He's actually among friends. So what was it he said that actually ended up leading to this? Now, it's already established that dead men tell no tales. So what this video is going to put out as what he's alleged to have been saying is just an allegation, because he is not here to speak for himself because of this mob justice becoming fatal. This is what his accusers were saying to be the cause of their actions or the reason for their actions. According to them, Usman Buda allegedly blasphemed by speaking against the Prophet Muhammad. It's not clear exactly what he said, but the tag or the accusation against him was that he blasphemed by speaking against the Prophet Muhammad, and this triggered instant justice from the mob that gathered when his friends started spreading this alleged blasphemy perpetrated by Usman Buda against the name of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. All respect to him. But then, there is a minority also peddling a different version who are saying that the whole thing started from an argument about the Quran scriptures. And in this argument, Usman Buda was just trying to explain some verses to another person. It's actually also been alleged that Usman Buda was a very learned Muslim and had in-depth knowledge about the teachings of the Quran and also its contexts and implications, such that you don't have to necessarily take things straight as a statement, but you need intellect and wisdom to digest. This is what the other minority was saying, and according to them, Usman Buda was well known as a renowned teacher of the Islamic teachings. So there is no way he would actually blaspheme, but this whole thing was triggered by the fact that somebody misunderstood what he was trying to say, and the person wasn't patient enough and just escalated and started raising an alarm that he has blasphemed against the Holy Prophet Muhammad. And if you are familiar with religion and its impact, especially here in Africa, sometimes it gets emotional and people take it personal. And in that state, they fail to exercise a certain level of patience where they would actually conduct some due diligence to establish the veracity of whatever accusation has been peddled against somebody. Most of the times, or in some instances, these people who are already incited by virtue of their strong beliefs and how triggered they are by what has been alleged to have been done or said by someone will just exact mob justice. On this case, I'm on the fence because the man is not here to speak for himself. And so we don't know what his side of the issue is. We are only listening to what is being said by people, and we don't know what actually happened. I'm not sure investigations can actually fully conclude and establish what is a fact here. I'm sure it may come down to what a majority may say or what some respected people might say, but I don't think that will be enough. We need the person to be here to speak, and if he isn't here, if there was a recording of a sort, an independent source of evidence that will corroborate either side or whatever is being put out there, then it would give more comfort. But all this didn't happen. Buddha was attacked and he was lynched by this angry mob. They took up arms against him and he was defenseless because he was in a safe space. He was with friends, he was with people he's been working with for several years, but these same people just turned on him and they attacked him with various forms of objects. The police were informed and they swooped in. They were able to get there before it turned fatal and rescue him from this mob. But unfortunately, later on at the hospital, he succumbed to his wounds and lost his life. As such, in law, that is called take your victim as you find him. It means that all the people who exacted that mob justice on him are now liable for his loss of life because he lost his life as a direct result of the beating that they gave him. I'm waiting to see how this will play out. Sometimes when it comes to such religious issues, the consequences of the law being applied begin to get murky depending on which country you are in, because sometimes even those who apply the law also subscribe to that religious belief and are in a way compromised or conflicted as to fully implementing the law and punishing those who are in quote culpable when they are also in the same religious group with them. I'll be happy if there was an independent body to handle this, because this is not the first case of a mob justice due to blasphemy. There have been previous ones. I'm going to dig deeper and bring some of those cases. And this is not to say that they don't have a right to be angry if he actually blasphemed. I respect all religions, and I understand that people are going to get triggered and unhappy with you if you blaspheme, even if you are one of the members of that religion. That is understood. But I don't think that it should get to the point where the mob is exacting justice, which is turning fatal, or exacting justice in any form. The law is what exacts justice, not a mob who are angry or triggered. It's an ongoing case in Nigeria, and I'm following to see what the outcome will be. There's a video, or there are several videos, so I don't think it will be difficult to get some suspects and arrest them. There are rumors some have been arrested, but I'm yet to see any official statement from the Nigerian police on this. But like I've been saying, the world is getting crazier and crazier. People are getting more emotional as the days go by. So when you step out of your home, please be extra vigilant and extra careful. That's how come you should be sharing some of these videos, so people in your family, your friends, your circles, your friends can learn from these things, that I can't just go anywhere and start saying things, because I could trigger somebody and the person might not be so objective to subject certain conversations to the law, or be patient or tamper justice with patience or mercy. The person could do something crazy. We are all not the same, and people react differently when they are triggered, although it's not an excuse for anybody. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet done so. And hey, what do you think about this whole case? Let me see what you think in the comment section. Leave an RIP to Usman Buda, and I pray that his family will find the strength to go through this issue. Till I meet you, stay safe out there.